Hello, I'm Colin Lamb, aka the Tone Wizard, and welcome to Ween Talk episode 17 entitled Spongebob Squarepants and Where'd the Cheese Go? First of all, I hope wherever you are that you're having a great day. I've had a great day today. It's been a beautiful fall or winter, whatever the fuck season it is. It's been a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday here where I'm at. And I've been pounding back this Boss coffee, so I feel fantastic. If you've never tried Boss coffee, I recommend. I discovered it when I was traveling in Japan, and I remember I was walking through a deserted alleyway late at night, and there was a vending machine lit up. And I mean, you can buy all sorts of things in vending machines in Japan. I won't go into that. Women's panties. That's what you can buy. Did I? I'm not telling anybody. But in any event, I saw an illuminated vending machine with Tommy Lee Jones' face on it, and it said "Number One Boss," and I was like, I don't care how much it costs. I don't care what's in that machine. I'm getting some right now, and I put some money in it, and I got a Boss coffee. So it's fantastic, and obviously I'm not being paid by. I'm barely being paid by the job I have, so I'm not being paid to say that. Get some in you. You'll be rambling about Ween in no time. Anyways, before we get the episode started, I just wanted to thank a couple of new subscribers, Brian Span and Trevor Gano. Thank you very much for subscribing. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to talk about Ween's involvement with SpongeBob Squarepants, and then we're going to talk about one of the great classics of contemporary music, Where'd the Cheese Go? And I've been looking forward to doing this episode all week because these are pretty fun topics. So, SpongeBob. If you don't know what SpongeBob Squarepants are, you've been living under a rock, and do you fucking pay attention to anything that goes on in life around you? I don't know. But anyway, SpongeBob Squarepants was created by marine science educator and animator Stephen Hillenburg for the Nickelodeon network. And a couple interesting facts: it's the 5th longest running American animated series of all time. And as a franchise, SpongeBob has generated $13 billion in revenue. And that is worth a holy shit, if ever. $13 billion for a cartoon. And how much of that has Ween gotten? That's what I really want to know over the years. But anyways, with regards to Ween and the creator, Stephen Hillenburg, right off the Wikipedia page, it says, a large inspiration to Hillenburg was Ween's 1997 album, The Mollusk, which had a nautical and underwater theme. Hillenburg contacted the band shortly after the album's release, explaining the baseline ideas for SpongeBob SquarePants, and also requested a song from the band, which they sent on Christmas Eve. So yeah, apparently the mollusk was a great inspiration for the creation of that show. And the song that Ween would end up delivering to them would be the song Loop De Loop, which was featured in the episode Your Shoes Untied. Now, if you haven't checked out SpongeBob, all I can really say is that I was probably too old to enjoy it as a child, to have like a formative experience with it, but I have, over the years, come home late at night, a little gibbled and chomping on some pizza, and you flip through TV and SpongeBob's on, and it's very hilarious. I don't remember one plot line or joke from that show in all the times I've watched it, but I've always enjoyed it, and I've never actually seen the movie, so I should check that out. So Ween also contributed a track to the 2004 SpongeBob movie, which was Ocean Man, and it was used during the end credits there. So Stephen Hillenburg actually passed away from heart failure attributed to ALS. I believe it was in 2018. And it was in 2018. Dean issued statement on the Ween Facebook page. I got a call a long time ago from a marine biologist that said he wanted to start a cartoon inspired by Ween's album, The Mollusk. His name was Steve Hillenburg, and his idea was to create a Bugs Bunny type cartoon on the bottom of the ocean floor. Ween had been on tour for a year-long tour, and we ended up recording and writing a song in what? Jesus Christ, Colin. I didn't, you know what? Sometimes on Fridays I get a little blasted, and on Saturdays I also get a little blasted, and so doing these on Sunday, my brain can be a scrambled piece of shit, but I'm telling you right now, I did not get blasted. I had to get through the rest of this fucking paragraph if it cost me my life and some viewers of this video. Where were we? Ween had been on tour for a year long, and we ended up recording and writing one song in one night at Greg Frey's studio. It was to teach kids how to tie their shoes, and we wrote it really fast and mailed it back on Christmas Eve. And for once, they said, "Don't change anything about it, it's perfect." It remains one of our proudest legacies, and we went on to do a lot of work together with SpongeBob, and the show went on to be the best cartoon of two generations. So this is for you, Steve. The show wasn't even on the air at the time, mind you. Yeah, so Ween contributed to that song. And again, Ocean Man was played at the end credits of the 2004 movie SpongeBob Squarepants movie. And I haven't seen it. And you know what? I have an abundance of time, as you can tell by how much time I dedicate to babbling about Ween. And I'm going to check that movie out whenever I get a sec. But I will say also that Ocean Man is probably one of those tunes with Ween where there's tons of people who love that song. They don't know who or what Ween is, but I think that might be. I think I was talking on the last episode to Dr. Scorpion or Dr. Stone and Focus or Dr. Round Pants Sponge Face, whatever he prefers to call himself. And I asked him the question, if you had to pick one Ween song to show to somebody to get them into Ween, I think the actual winner might be Ocean Man. That's just my opinion. However, a good option as well might be this next masterpiece. Now, Ween's catalog is full of masterpieces, but this next song that I want to talk about might take the cake. And by the way, before I move on to the next song we're going to talk about, if you know anywhere else that Ween's music has been in the SpongeBob shows, maybe let me know in the comments below. Because aside from these official involvements, I couldn't see. Now, I thought maybe they'd done the theme song to SpongeBob, but I guess they didn't. But I also, you know what? We're going to talk about South Park and Ween in a whole other episode. So we're going to keep moving on here. So the next track we're going to talk about is Where'd the Cheese Go? Where indeed did the cheese go? And why did the cheese go there? And why was this song written? Well, it wasn't just an enjoyment of cheese that inspired this song. No. So apparently, at some point in 2002, someone at Pizza Hut decided to hire Ween to write a song for a commercial for their new stuffed crust pizza called The Insider. Okay? And as I was researching this, it dawned on me, like, I can't imagine how much fucking stuffed crust pizza you would have needed to eaten to think that hiring Ween to do a song for you was a good idea. And I just imagine like a board meeting, like there's a bunch of guys sitting around in suits, and Pizza Hut's a big company if it's not part of a bigger conglomerate of companies. But in any event, there's bound to be a board meeting somewhere. And there's a guy who just like perks up at the meeting. He's like, I know, we'll get the guys who sing AIDS and let me lick your pussy and flies on my dick. Those are the guys who can write us a jingle to get kids stuffing this shit into their stomachs. I really would love to have been at that meeting to hear about that. But in any event, the story about the song and Ween is that eventually they didn't end up getting the song through. Pizza Hut kept rejecting them. So the story goes that executives kept rejecting versions that they were sending and rewrites. And by the fifth or sixth rewrite, Gene and Dean got so frustrated that they just sent in a final version, which is the version that most of us now know that actually is full of swearing. And I couldn't find the version, but apparently there's a version where they say, "Go to Papa John's," and it was originally going to be like, "Bitch, where'd the motherfucking cheese go at?" And they revised it to "Where'd the motherfucking cheese go at?" and so on and so on and so forth. But in any event, there's several versions out there. And actually, if you could point me towards as many of the versions as you can, if you know where I can find them in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate that, because I'd like to hear all the versions. I think I've only been able to find 3. Now, eventually in a commercial, I found this on YouTube. Eventually there was a version on there. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm going to show you something, and this video is not monetized, so I'm just going to show it to you. But here is a commercial with a version of the song that actually seems to exist. So let's just check this out. So that was that. Oh, we don't want to play. Oh, Jesus. another high production video brought to you by Colin the Tone Wizard. Ween Talk episode 17. What was that? What version was that? Has anybody heard that version? I have heard that there were clean versions of that kicking around. But in any event, like I say, if you have more information on that, I'm all ears in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, please like the video and subscribe. I can assure you they are all as detailed and organized and concise as this video that you've watched. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out my channel Wednesdays, where I'm going to be doing episodes of Trying to Get Into Fish. It's a show that's just about me waking up one day and deciding to try and get into the band Fish. And on a parting note, I just want to say, you know what? Get out of your own way, grab life by the tits, and start